All right, guys, how's it going? So before we proceed, my eyes are very sore. I've not been sat here sobbing or anything. I'm upset about Jurgen leaving, but you know, it's not that bad for me personally. No, my eyes have just been really sore for about a week now. You know, I think it's just the monitors, and obviously, you know, since the Jurgen news came out, you know, I found myself sat at the computer a lot more than usual. So my eyes are just a little bit sore. I want to tell you about a Liverpool fan called Vivek before I get into this video. And Vivek is a diehard Liverpool supporter. I met him in New York towards the end of last year. I went out to America. It sounds very flash, doesn't it? Oh, I met him in New York. No, my best friend that I met on the Xbox probably 20 years ago, no, around, I don't know. Smooth, many of you know Smooth. You know, he lives in New York State, which is in Syracuse, which is probably about 4 or 5 hour drive from the city. So, you know, I went to see him, you know, and I was over there for a couple of weeks. And then at the end, being the typical tourist that I am, you know, I spent 3 days or whatever down in the city before my flight back. And cut long story short, Vivek has followed my work and stuff and said, I'd love to meet up with you, don't, you know, have a drink, whatever. And we did meet up. I had a drink. He didn't have a drink, right? He didn't drink. Poor Vivek that he had to put up with me. But I was on holiday, you know what I mean? And we sat down and we had conversation after conversation. And he's one of the nicest guys I've met in my life. And when I was there, he gave me a brand new MacBook, sealed from Apple, top of the range, with as much memory as you could get in one, everything absolute perfection. So grateful. And you know, last year, you know, I had to get a Chromebook. My previous laptop failed, and I was like, well, I can't get a MacBook at a minute, so I'll try a Chromebook. And while the Chromebook was good for doing little bits of, you know, news like typing and stuff like that, you know, basically updating the website, it was no good for video editing. I tried to do a live stream on it, it failed. It just didn't have the capability of doing it. And Vivek must have seen that, caught wind of it or whatnot. And he said to me, I love everything you do. I really appreciate the videos, you know, the things that you do for us guys. This is for you. I hope you can make use of it. So when I went to England last week, for example, to see my son, and I was in a hotel a couple of days, I was able to work efficiently on that. I was also able to stream on that. And many of my streams, when I'm not at a desk, is on that device. So I will always be very grateful to Vivek. He is a KopTalk VIP member as well, obviously. And he's just an all-round top bloke, you know what I mean? And, well, you know, yeah, he's amazing. And, you know, it's just, I don't know, some really, really cool people out there. Right. So, Vivek, right. Vivek, me and Vivek have spoke, yeah, we were obviously in contact. And, basically, with the conversation has been about the announcement video of Jurgen Klopp when he sat there and said, I've got something to tell the fans, and that came before the press conference, the live press conference. And Vivek, you know, it's just been like thinking about when that was actually recorded, basically. You might think, what does it matter, right? It doesn't change anything, right? You're right, it does not change anything. But maybe it does matter, because the timing of the announcement was very strange, right? And I think it was Ed Elworthy, that was in one of the live streams the other day and said, maybe the hand's being forced. They've had to run this announcement now because at some point, you know, they're going to start looking for another manager and word's going to get out. And when Ed said that, the penny dropped, and I started to think, good shout. Yeah, if Liverpool are starting to make noises, it might upset some clubs. People in the industry are going to know about it. The rumours are going to be rife. And us as Liverpool supporters are going to be like, what the fuck's going on? All right? So I am of the opinion that the announcement came because Liverpool were forced into making that announcement. Right? So did they that morning, that day, go, Jurgen, quick, get round, we're going to get video, right? Or was it recorded previously? Now, if you can shed any light on when you think that video was recorded, please do, you know, add a comment to the video. at the press conference, which is obviously live, Billy Hogan said at 1 minute and 38 seconds. Now, I remember when this happened, when he said this, because when he spoke, I was like, because he corrected himself. He said, as Jurgen mentioned in the video the other day, and then he immediately went, I meant last night, right? Or yesterday, I think he said last night. Right, and then continued. So I do that. I've done that before with a podcast, you know, where I've recorded a podcast, my Dunk Knows Best podcast, right? It's nothing to do with Liverpool, right? And, you know, I might be going away, you know, and I think, right, I'm not going to be here on Wednesday. I'll record an episode. And at the beginning of the episode, I say, all right, guys, it's Wednesday or whatever. But really, I recorded it on Tuesday or Monday or whatever. And then during that podcast, you've got to be conscious of, right, I'm pretending that it was recorded on Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to remind yourself that. And I think that's what Billy Hogan did. I think he corrected himself. So what, Chubbs? What does it matter? Well, Vivek thinks it was recorded on the 11th of January, right? The 11th of January, which is the next day to the EFL Cup, League Cup, right? Home tie against Fulham, which was played on January 10th. And Vivek is suggesting, by his own admission, says, don't know, I'm not sure, but, right? He's suggesting that it was recorded on the 11th the next day. So there are a couple of ways you could look at this. One, you could say, oh, did something go off on the 10th? And that's why he was like, nah, I'm out of here, fuck that, I'm off. Oh, get that video camera, let's get a thing done, right? Or was it a case of Liverpool knew at some point they would be forced to drop all this stuff, and they were prepared with that video, that media, you know, Jurgen, what have we got to tell the fans thing? Now, in that video, right, which Billy Hogan wants you to think was recorded around the 25th, okay? Jurgen Klopp was wearing the IWC Aquatimer Perpetual Calendar Digital Date and Month edition watch, 50 years Aquatimer. It's special watch. He was wearing that watch, and that watch. I don't know how to do it. I've got to turn my phone upside. Listen, it's technical. All right, it's technical. But Jurgen was wearing that watch. That's all I'm going to say. In fact, look, listen, right, stop. Shh. Right, listen. There's Jurgen with the watch. Can you see it? Can you see it? You see that watch? Huh? Let me go down here. Oh. So, all right. So, fucking conclusive proof if ever, isn't it? So, but the point here is like, what was the thing? All we're doing here is trying to do the workings of the dates, the timings, and that what's going on. I guarantee you, when that announcement came out and you heard it, not only did one, you fucking shit the bed or whatever, or piss your pants, but you also went, why now? You did. Don't tell me you didn't. Why now? I did. Well, so Billy Hogan and that, well, you know, we're going to look for a new manager and that, so that's why now. Jurgen Klopp, well, you know, when is a good time to tell you this? You know what I mean? When he was doing all that one, you know, like, well, when's a good time? Did they have that video prepped and ready on the 11th? That's all I'm asking you. That's it. That's it. Did something go wrong on the 10th? Probably not. Were they just prepared in case, you know, this was going to come out? You know, if the club's got to find a new manager, they've got to approach people. People start to gossip. We'll have to have that ready. We'll get ready. We'll publish it the minute it fucking happens. And look, this is why I'm here. You know, if you want to go and just be entertained by these fucking idiots on here and believe all that shit, you know, then that's up to you. We look at things a little bit deeper around these parts. That's it. All right. If you appreciate the video, not necessarily like it, please thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. I really want your comments on this video. Please give a shout out to Vivek as well, my man. Love Vivek. I hope I see him again soon. I hope he's got a new laptop. No, I'm only joking. No, I really like Vivek. And if you appreciate it, you can, I don't know, just read the video description or something. Right, I've got other things I want to talk to you about. I'll speak to you in a bit, guys.